Welcome to Elks101. Another episode of Elks Central, breaking this one down.
Reagan, touchdown Edmonton! Fajardo, Dunbar, back on top go the Elks!
Okay, welcome in Elks101, April 6th. Declan, Eddie, and Rick here with you. Long weekend edition. Little bit to talk about today. I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna be the best day in the world for content. I think I'll go ahead. I think I'll go ahead and put my hand up and say that. But as always, come on, how are we? Enough's enough. How was the long weekend? How are we doing?
Good, man. It doesn't feel so long because we were in here over
Yeah,
the weekend.
yeah, absolutely right.
But it's good, man.
The Friday was cool. The
Yeah.
Friday was chill, but now it's. I was driving here this morning. The roads were pretty empty, and I was like, I guess maybe it is a long weekend for
There's
everyone
still
else.
some
But we're
people taking that day off.
yeah.
School still grab that day.
Yeah, no, of course, man. Schools are next level nowadays. I don't recall having this many PD days when we grew up.
Okay. That's a great question. We obviously kind of like went to school in different timelines, you two versus me. But how many PDs, if you had to guess, do you think you had as a kid?
Maybe.
We had a couple,
Yeah,
2,
like
3,
5
maybe.
a year.
I was gonna say
5
4 or 5.
maybe
I was
a
gonna
year.
say 4 or 5.
Bro, they're monthly now.
Really,
Sometimes
hey?
a couple times a month.
Teachers just don't want to work.
Boy, it's wild. Plus all the stats.
No, I'm just kidding. By the way.
No, it's well, it's funny. The teachers will all say that it's a work day for them,
Yeah.
because they got to be on conference calls and stuff. But man, we know what that.
Yeah, come on.
Like.
I have some friends who are like teachers convention. That's what I have some friends who are teachers. Obviously, I'm sure you guys do as well. And it's like an hour of a seminar, and you get drunk in a hotel bar. Like yeah. It's so the kids go back tomorrow. Yeah. Okay.
So no, just wrapping up spring break, man. I went ham on the chocolate. It was next level, man.
Really, huh?
It's like Coke, man. You can't stop, man.
Yeah.
You get it in you, boy. If someone just start fiending, like
Sugar's
crazy.
Sugar's real.
the
like
way
that.
sugar works
Yeah.
like that, it's nuts, man.
So you guys set out kids for Easter. You guys set out the Easter eggs for the kids to go.
Yeah.
hunt and everything. How long did it take them to kind of?
Not very long. Like it wasn't a deep, in depth. You
Yeah.
know, we didn't go crazy like we have in years past. But the thing is, Deck, and you can relate to this, a couple of divorced parents on both sides. So we have so many grandparents, and
Yeah.
everybody's mailing packages and stuff. So the chocolate overload is real, man. It's real.
Yep.
More chocolate, and we talked about it on the radio this morning. More chocolate, I said at supper yesterday, at Easter than at Halloween, man.
Oh yeah.
Like
for
by far
sure.
more
Yeah.
chocolate than
What's
at Halloween.
What's the best one?
I mean, those mini eggs,
Yeah, those
you
are.
know, that's like crack.
Yeah, you got that sweet tooth, don't you?
Once you get it going, man.
It's hard
Like,
to
so
stop.
the mini eggs are good, but anything, anything milky and rich. You
Just-
see how I refer to sugar as drugs
Yeah.
too, hard drugs?
For sure,
Because
man.
it's like that, man. That's
They're
how
all
it gets
addictive.
the brain going.
Dude, you look up like I don't know, like sometimes you get curious and you look up the most addictive substances and you're like, you think you're gonna see heroin and meth.
Boy,
and-
sugar is right up
Dude,
there.
it's like sugar and nicotine.
Sugar
like
and
the
lip
first-
packs.
Yeah, bro. It's like the first two things on the list. And I'm like, come on, it can't really be this bad. And then, dude, sugar. I was looking into just like, because I was trying to cut out processed sugar, still am, but I was
Yeah.
looking in like to how bad it really does spike your blood sugar if you go
Mhm.
without. And it is like apparently it's quite bad. So listen, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a anything. Don't take any real advice from me. But I was like, if you're thinking about maybe cutting out sugar, it might not actually be the best idea.
If you
Just
could-
cut it back.
You talk about the blood sugar spiking. See what rich food does to
Oh,
the blood
yeah.
sugar. Not just pure sugar right to the dome.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's potent, man. Sugar is a killer.
No.
You
It
see some of
is.
these drinks, like I watch people online and stuff and go down the rabbit hole of watching different reels of people's drinks, Starbucks drinks, or
Oh,
Dunkin'
dude.
Donut drinks.
Now
where the
we're
guys
on
in the
some-
bottom counting
Here we
calories and
go.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, some of the stuff that people are ingesting on a daily basis, it's disgusting.
I can't believe it. Like I know
Yeah,
exactly
can't
what you're
believe it.
talking about. Like because it'll be people doing the watch me make this drink
Yeah.
for the Dunkin' order at 8:08 a.m. or whatever it is.
All the caramel swirled on
Dude,
the
it's like
inside of the
13
cup and-
sugars, 13 pumps of caramel, ice, like milk, whipped cream, like, and it's the tiniest bit
a
of
splash of
couldn't-
coffee.
Dude, yeah, like I want to I kind of want to try it just to know like what are you.
It's disgusting.
How-
You're drinking syrup, man.
I couldn't
Mm.
imagine, dude, because I think of when you have a double from like Tim's, Like that's a candy bar. You know what I mean? Like you're starting your day with a candy bar, let alone whatever that is. Like that that has to be 3,000-4,000 calories.
I've honestly, like, I've heard, you're gonna think I'm BSing, but I've heard a buddy in a Tim Hortons lineup in front of me. Yeah, I was inside, obviously eavesdropping,
For sure.
and he ordered an extra large 5.5.
Wow,
Like, what?
that's crazy.
That is crazy, huh?
You hear of like sometimes I've never actually seen anyone order it. I've never known of anyone to order it, but you'll hear of the Gretzky, like 9 cream, 9 sugar, or 9 milk, 9 sugar. Like I don't know if that's a little bit of an old wives' tale around these parts, but
Where's the room in the cup for any coffee?
That's
9 creams. Like,
yeah,
no,
that's-
dude, yeah,
What is that?
9
It's
cream.
Yeah,
like a
man, that's
giant
a lot,
And
salad.
man.
here's actually a question. I don't know if you guys would even know the answer, but at Tim's, if you order like 2 milk, 2 sugar, whatever, do they put 2 sugar packs in, or is it like 2 scoops?
No, man,
from a
they
jar?
hit this the machine. It's like 2 puffs, so it's definitely a lot.
Ugh,
It's probably more than a pack.
really?
It tastes more than a pack for sure.
Yeah.
I know what a pack is. I do a pack and a
pack of
cup of
sugar
coffee
is
at like
not-
Brekkie, and it's not very sweet. Whereas you just do one single at Tim's, and it's pretty sweet, and just a medium, which is bigger than a cup of coffee at Brekkie.
The problem with Tim's is because like I love my black coffee. Obviously, like I'm a black coffee guy through and through. But Tim's coffee it's not that great.
Tears the
So,
guts up, man.
Yeah, you need a little bit of milk in there. I feel like at least to like I can't drink Tim's black. I just
It's
think
safe to say
so-
Tim's has gone downhill,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, for sure, dude. How about the food? Like I remember I used to go to swim meets in Calgary, Red Deer, wherever it was. Mostly when it was in Calgary, and we would stop at I don't know if it was a Tim's in Gasoline Alley or if it was a Tim's in the city. But like there was this one Tim's in Red Deer, and it was such a treat because they had like the best artisan sandwiches. Like they
Yeah.
had these best like turkey
No doubt.
turkey
the
club
bread
sandwiches.
bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like good, and you look forward to it. And you have like some from there now, and it's just
slop.
it's horrible. Yeah, it's terrible. Like where
Sloppy.
why did Tim's need to be this fast food place?
Man, I'm not gonna go down.
Why like
this
we
road.
could have just kept it coffee. I'm saying you don't
Yeah.
need we don't need chicken strips and
Nah, it's
taters.
well. What happened? I guess the originality of it, the demise goes back to the sale. Didn't they sell in like?
to Burger King?
Is that what it was? It
Mhm.
was to BK.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. So who's the owner of BK? Like you would know.
Yeah.
I thought it was someone offshore, like some offshore corporation, and then they just totally lost touch with
Yeah,
it.
so their
then
Burger
they're-
King is owned by Restaurant Brands International Incorporated. Insane, just broad name, by the way. Like,
yeah,
talk about
who
the
are
fake-
you? Where are you?
Yeah, the CEO is a guy by the name of Joshua Kobza. So, for
yeah.
what that's worth,
And then
but it was
hiring
actually
practices, and yeah, it's just not good.
it was created following the merger of Burger King and Tim Hortons.
Hmm.
But that is single-handedly. They also own Popeyes and Firehouse Subs, by the way. That is without a doubt the number one fast food place, if you want to call it that. That's just fallen off a cliff. If we kept it coffee and donuts,
That was
and bagels
Canadiana.
over- Yeah,
That was Canadiana.
Yep.
You know, it did fall off.
yeah, it's tough.
It is what it is, I guess,
It's
man.
tough.
Here we are.
Yeah,
Come ElksNation, Elks101 for all
This
your
is-
nutritional needs.
I was actually thinking about this. Like, I wonder how many people who listen. They're like, listen to the first 20 minutes, and they're like, just get to football.
Yeah, I mean, but we're like, we put out so much more content.
I know.
Like, let's keep it in perspective.
Yeah.
The content that we put out is by far and above beyond what anybody else is out there doing for any club, let alone the league. Like, I'm not saying we're 3 down. I'm just saying week over week,
Yeah,
multiple times a week,
no, yeah,
we're putting out CFL content.
Yeah.
So
100%.
in the dog days of the off season, it's all right to
Yeah.
meander.
Listen,
and this is
We're gonna talk about the fall of Tim Hortons.
right in line with ball nutrition.
Kind of thinks the same thing though.
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I don't think anyone's breaking any news here.
No, everyone's gonna have the same conversation. Like, what happened to Tim Hortons? Tim Hortons used to be this, they used to be that. I remember back when, and da 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 da. da. Same thing for everybody.
We gotta pool our money and open up a Tim Hortons 2, where it's truly just coffee and donuts. And
Tim Hortons
bagels.
1.0, the one you used to remember.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Exactly. For real.
That's not. What'd you get up to this weekend, Rick?
It was a lot of work for me.
Yeah.
With a long weekend there. Thursdays, with Friday being the stat holidays, Thursday night's usually a pretty big one. So we went Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it was a pretty big weekend.
Thursday night, biggest bar night of the year, as they say.
Bad Thursday.
Was it crazy?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you count your numbers every night?
Oh, we do our sales every night. Yeah, 100%.
Or no, like heads in the building. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. We
Okay.
probably had 400 to 500 people through on Thursday, right around that on Friday, and then I think Saturday we're closer to 700 or 800.
What do you know off the top of your head? What the most you've had in a day in the last like year or last couple of years is?
Probably be just over 1,000.
Okay. Okay.
What's your capacity?
Capacity is just under 300.
Okay.
So
So,
people in and out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
do you know off the top of your head the biggest single sales day of the year?
Our biggest, we've done close to $75,000 in one day.
Was this like, is it a St. Patty's Day?
No, this is a playoff. This was this playoff. So this is like this was a 10-hour day, right? Because we open at 4, close at 2.
Yeah.
But if you like travel across the border there into BC, I know Pint Vancouver used to do 150 on some of them.
No
those
way.
those are ones when they were opening early for
Everything costs double there. That's why.
yeah, well they were opening early for like 6-7 a.m. for rugby, and then you
Oh,
roll
cool.
all day,
And
then they get that extra hour of sales at night. So if things go properly for you, you have the rugby during the day, maybe you get some MLS, you get into a hockey game, you get into some late night UFC or something like that, you can really stretch out a full long day.
What's your number one food seller?
Our number one, by hands down, not close, is chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. There's the amount of
Particular
wings we go
flavor?
through. Well, the red hot's probably still the biggest. You know, it probably still goes to like the big 4, where you got like something like red hot. You go do
Salt and pepper.
yeah,
which
salt
is
and pepper, honey,
dries.
garlic, and then something else. Yeah,
And a barbecue's got to be in
yeah,
barbecue for
Got to
sure.
be in there.
What about drink? Is it just like the house lager?
yeah. We probably yeah. It's you know what, Bud and Bud Light are always gonna win.
Yeah.
And then a vodka soda lime.
That's
yeah,
yeah.
you're talking.
That's the number one
Yeah.
highball for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Actually, rum and coke might give it a run for its money.
Depends on your age category. Younger will go with vodka.
The
The
young,
older, you
yeah.
get into rums then.
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Spiced rum though. Spiced rum is probably the bigger sell of all the rums.
Yeah, I believe that.
Spice rum
I believe
diet.
that. No one. I don't think people like. I think. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but I think some young people don't even know about white rum. Maybe. Like they just know the Captain Moe's spiced brown bottle. You know what I mean? Like I could be
100%.
wrong, but
Valid.
100%.
That's
know
valid.
They know what they've been introduced to.
Yeah.
And they haven't really
Exactly.
ventured too far off of that because they're like, okay, I know this, and
Yeah.
that's fine. And you know, you've got some options when it comes around.
what about okay? What is the worst selling item, drink wise?
Good question.
Yeah, that's a
And
tough.
food
I mean,
wise. And food wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like liqueurs out there that get used very.
See, that's what I was
extravagant.
thinking. Yeah.
Something like mezcal doesn't really go too often. Your top shelf, the gins probably are a little bit slower. All of our flavored vodkas will be going heavier.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're looking at your amarettos, your blue curacao. Things are just like little ingredients into bigger drinks. They don't really go. There's no real shot process for them.
Peach schnapps.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We use peach schnapps in our blinis and stuff, so you use a little bit more than the rest.
And then food wise, is there something that just doesn't hit?
Sell very much for. I mean, so we do the pizzas too. So I think if your veggie pizza's not really going to fly all that much.
Yeah.
Then you get in some of your sandwiches and whatnot. But I think for the most part, I think it's pretty equal. But chicken wings run away with everything.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that
For
makes
sure.
sense.
Okay. Now, lastly, bottle wise, most expensive shot.
We only run up to all of our. What do we have? Casamigos. We do Grey Goose, Hendrix, Empress Gin. All that stuff is $10 an ounce.
Oh, that's not even bad.
That's
man.
not bad.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, that's too crazy.
Do you have like a lot of maybe 18, 19-year-olds who walk in being like, give me and my boys your most expensive shot?
No, you usually find out maybe on the other end of things.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
What is the cheapest?
Yeah.
Then we do like the 10 to
Because-
11 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays. We'll do power hour, so you can get a $3 highball, $3 select shots.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, so
You
you
getting
get
them kids right.
I mean, if you go back to my days, power hour is like $1 a drink. We went to some places where it was a coin a drink. Bartenders
Yeah.
didn't move very fast for that hour, but you could throw down a nickel and get a drink at that point.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
we used to have like
25-cent.
yeah, I was gonna say what
Oh,
was
yeah.
it, 50-cent draft nights and stuff,
Yeah,
like
Cowboys way back when.
crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I never had any of those, but
Yeah, it was
I don't
different
even-
times,
yeah.
man. Different
You just
times.
walk in there. I'll take a tray. I'll take a tray.
Exactly.
A tray of highballs or
Yeah.
a tray of draft, and you just put it on the table and pound
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cowboys, they used to like pour that shit fucking early too.
like
They'd
the one
start,
down
they'd
in-
start because they go through so many. They'd start pouring beers at like 7 o'clock. So if you got there in there 8:30, 9 o'clock, you might be drinking a beer that's poured.
This might be a dumb
Whatever.
question. Do you guys have a Stampede presence, or is that just no? Actually, that's Calgary, Declan. So we don't.
Yeah, we don't really go down. I mean, we have a bunch of staff members that go down and work at Cowboys, this, that, and the other thing.
But there's no like Pint Edmonton booth or anything.
No.
Yeah,
We
okay.
had a Pint Calgary for a while there. They did all right, but no, we're not into. We don't get ourselves into the stuff.
I felt like a bad question, but I was kind
No,
of
they're
curious.
never
bad
a
questions.
dumb question. What
Nah.
about the Pint Winnipeg? Any affiliation?
Yeah, it was us, but no, we sold that one off as a real estate deal. Sometime before COVID, I bet.
Okay.
So locals in there now.
Oh, that's a local.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they were hot though. They
Were hot
flying,
for a
yeah.
while, man.
We went down there through Oilers Nation in 2015 for the outdoor game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
They
nice,
came
man.
on the scene pretty hot and heavy down there.
Yeah, it was in the right spot at the right time.
What's kind of like the White Ave or Jasper Ave equivalent in Winnipeg? We might have asked you
Corton
this before. Yeah.
would be, and it's not even that big.
Is there one that's because like maybe I'm wrong about this, Rick? You could probably correct me, but I feel like Jasper Ave potentially a bit of an older crowd, White Ave a bit of a younger crowd.
Yep, that's a fair guess.
That's fair. Is there? Do you have that kind of differentiation?
No,
No.
Winnipeg didn't have like
Yeah.
a spot where there's a strip. Like Corden had a few different patios and stuff you could bar hop, but it was more like, you got down by the university, you got a bunch of different clubs. Downtown's a different scene totally,
Yeah.
more uppity and stuff. So yeah, it's more one-offs.
I got one last one before we get to football. Do you guys ever think like 18 is a legal drinking age is a little too young?
No, honestly,
No.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I think the longer you hold back and the more you like keep it in the no area, the more people
The
want
harder
to get in
it
there.
goes.
So you look at there's a lot more.
I would.
You dive into it a lot harder at an early age rather than if you look at like something like Europe where it's not so poo-pooed at a certain age. It's just nobody really cares about it, right? But
Yeah.
in here is like no, then yes, and you dive right in the deep end.
And when you're told no so hard, you just look at the European model,
Yeah.
where it's not as frowned upon. People tend to not abuse it as much.
Exactly.
When you're told no so hard, there's a curiosity. Why no?
And then when you start going harder on it, that's when it can be a little more.
So your
addictive
thoughts?
and
You
whatnot.
think 18's young because you had
No.
a bit of a reaction?
No, I was just wondering. Like, I wonder if because my thing is like, I don't think 18 is too young, and I totally agree with the points you're saying. But I also think like, dude, at 18, like 18's pretty young, and you're like no disrespect, like I think we all were too. Like you're pretty stupid at 18
For sure.
So I was just wondering maybe if
You're
it's
well
like,
into your 20s.
When did you first have drinks?
yeah, probably like 15. Like I
Yeah.
was never. I mean, everyone got after it. Like everyone
Yeah.
had their fun, but I don't know. I just like my thing is like, I wonder if like I would ever do a thing where it's like you start drinking at like 16 on like personal property, and like 21 in establishments or something like that. Because to me, I don't know. Sometimes it seems weird to put like
That's a
8
5-year jump though. That's a long time.
yeah, or maybe 18 on
Mhm.
like I don't know. To me, because I'm sure it's fine the way it is. Like it's been this way for whatever.
21's too old though.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah,
That's
21 is kinda
21's
too
Buzz
old.
Killington, man.
21,
20 and you can't have booze. Like,
Yeah.
what?
What? You
You're
out
not-
of college at 21.
You're telling me I'm 20 and I can't have a drink?
But you can
I don't
vote for
know.
your.
That's-
you can
yeah.
vote for the leader of your country.
That's Buzz
Yeah, it's
Killington.
crazy.
You got to bump the voting number up a little bit too.
Yeah, I had my first beers at 14,
Yeah,
and
yeah, maybe 14.
grade 9. It was grade 9 for me, and because my high school was grade 9 through 12, so that's when I was introduced to a lot of the stuff. And man, 18 I think is totally fine. To be honest, that's what it was in Manitoba. That's what it is here in Alberta, right?
Yeah.
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 But I think
Ontario's 19,
yeah.
BC
A
is
lot
19.
of provinces are 19.
Yeah.
I think you said it's 18 in Manitoba.
Manitoba's
I think
18.
I think Alberta, Manitoba, and Quebec are the only ones where it's 18.
I think
everywhere else
Saska's
is
19. Yeah,
Saska's 19 for sure. Yeah.
So I don't know, 18, 19. That's
That'd be weird
splitting
for
hairs.
Saskatchewan because literally,
Yeah, that
if
is-
If you're living in
That's
somewhere
what you
like
do,
Minster,
bro.
You can just like travel to the other side of the.
Yeah,
fucking
you
town
can.
and
You're
Yeah.
and drink on the other end of town.
Yeah,
And
it's
also
crazy.
in like Saskatchewan, you know me, guys. I love Saskatchewan. Love Saskatchewan, special place in my heart. You're crushing pills at 12.
Oh, they're
like it's
crushing
not like
pills.
that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Europe not having the drinking age exist? Saskatchewan is right there. with
Totally,
them.
bro.
Like you know what I
Totally.
mean? So
Yeah.
All right, should we jump to some football?
But it is safe to say 21's too old.
Yeah, 21 is
I think
probably
so.
too old. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a lawmaker.
Ball talk.
I'm just ball. Let's talk some ball. Excuse me.
Get it out of you right into that.
Excuse me.
Let it know.
My
Let it
fault.
know.
Hey, cut that. Cut that. Rick Campbell, son of Hugh, joining the Edmonton Elks as a coaching analyst. I think most people are probably going to be pretty familiar with Rick. If you're a newer fan, he was an assistant here for 9 years. I think it
Familiar
was.
and happy
yeah,
with the move.
Yeah, familiar and happy for sure. If you aren't familiar with Rick, like I said, like I think it was 9 years. He won those 2 Grey Cups in 03, 05. Head coach of Ottawa for 5-6 years, won coach of the year, won a Grey Cup, special teams coordinator this past, head coach of BC as well. For what was it, 3 years?
And as a head coach, let's
4
just
years.
call a spade. It was mediocre.
Yep.
Wasn't like a lights out head coach, crazy winning percentage, has a Grey Cup, but he's a people dude.
Yeah.
And his dad is Edmonton culture.
Yeah.
He grew up in the Edmonton culture.
Absolutely. And this past season, he was special teams coordinator out in Ottawa. Wasn't great. Like I remember one game, Edmonton.
Dude, he was in Ottawa this year?
Yeah.
I thought he was somewhere else.
No, he
Which
was
you
out,
have it in front of you.
Yeah, he was.
So that's
out in-
kind of interesting being the special teams coordinator of the team that you're the head coach.
Yeah, I know.
So
and
recent-
not that far.
No,
removed
so
from, yeah.
recently.
Like obviously with another head coaching gig there out in BC since, but yeah, like not that far removed. For reference, he's 82, 92 and 2 in his career, 47% winning percentage. He's got 1 Grey Cup, 6-6 in playoffs. He's got 1 coach of the year, I believe. But yeah, I remember there was a game this year between Edmonton and Ottawa, and it was just a special teams fiat, like giving up huge punt returns, like bad
Sloppy.
coverage. I think there were some missed kicks. Yeah, it was a real tough go for both set of special teams, and obviously Rick Campbell there, former coach of the year, working as that assistant, and then Coach Killam here being a special teams guy. I remember just watching and being like, "What are
Guys,
these guys? Got to be
get in
pissed
the
about
room."
this." But yeah, didn't go that great. Ryan Dinwiddie comes into Ottawa, takes over, doesn't retain Rick Campbell, so he's going to come back here as a coaching analyst. And I don't know. My thing is like I like the move. I think he has a great mind for the game. I think it's a great person to have in the building. I think it's a great. I mean, he can bring a lot of expertise to the table. Like I think he's going to. I don't want to say Coach Killam needs any help or anything, but listen, like it's quite bluntly, it's going to be another ear he can kind of rely on with a lot of experience. Who's won a Grey Cup, who's won a Coach of the Year.
what's he going to do though is the question.
Yeah. So what? That's a great question.
Like, what are you? You're a coaching analyst. The bigger question is,
Which,
on top
by the
of-
way, sounds kind of like a made-up role.
yeah, absolutely. And the bigger question on top of it all is maybe that's what it is. Maybe you just actually spoke it out there, Deck. Maybe it's a made-up role to circumvent the coaching cap. Because my question is, you're going to add this position, and if it does fall under the coach's cap, is this necessary? Is the cap not tight? Is he working for very cheap? Is he just watching film? Is he a soundboard? Because they have Des Catelier as their special teams coordinator, U of M,
Yep.
grad baby, Bisons, and then Killam. So it's not like they need Coach Campbell here for special team duty. What's
And he's
going
not
on?
really a special teams guy. Like I know he was special teams coordinator,
Yeah.
but he's not really a special
So
teams
what's
guy.
going
Yeah.
on? Are you just? It's not like he's a guru Wally Buono type guy where it's you want to have him in the building, a Huffnagel type.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. What's the reasoning? What's the opinion?
Yeah, like it must be just some kind of, because they have like a listed defensive analyst on their under their coaching tree. So I would he comes in as a coaching analyst, but I have to imagine he's just going to be an eye for the offense for Max Simic. Like I could be totally wrong on this, but I would have to think those are just going to be 2 guys who are kind of bouncing ideas off each other and trying to kind of work through an offense. But again, like you make a great point. Like, what is he going to do? I like it. I think he has a great mind for the game. I think he brings a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge, son of a legend. Not that should factor in, but it is kind of like, so all right, you're here. That's cool.
So now,
What does day one look like? Like what do game days look like? What does the practice week look like? Like what are you doing?
it's a lot. Just another cook in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of times you bring a guy in like this, it's kind of like a safety net for a certain coaching spot or a certain position. Like, we're going to put you here, you do whatever it is, but listen, you're here because so-and-so is on a short leash, and if we have to get rid of them mid-season, you're the one coming in. But I don't think we're in that spot right now. Your head coach just got here, your OC just
They
got
all are here.
Nobody really is sitting there going, you're on the hot seat, and this guy's here just in case type of situation. So I don't really understand it.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe it's – and Edmonton has done a lot of this over the past couple of years since Chris Morris has taken over. Just another I don't want to say help me find a better term than publicity stunt, but just act of goodwill maybe towards the community. It's a great name to bring back home. Just some good faith, bringing in another good person to the Double E organization. You know,
Even
it's
the-
not
that's
just that. I know it's
yeah.
not
the
just that.
namesake is only for a certain age category, right? Like
Yeah,
if there's
it's true.
the young kids don't know.
Yeah. I'm just
Anybody
trying to
younger than
think
us really
of
doesn't
the
know.
whys behind it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the whys.
Yeah, I'm
Because the staff is set.
Mhm.
There were you talk to Killam and they'll happily say it. JC said they're tight staff. They're a brotherhood staff. Most of them have moved and set their roots here.
Mhm.
And this is only what, year 2?
Yeah,
for-
year 2. So
yeah,
it's
so there's nobody in there like hunting out for a new
exactly. So it's interesting.
Yeah, like so you never had a coaching analyst in your playing days.
Not where it was like announced where this guy's coming in.
Yeah.
Maybe behind the scenes where I wouldn't have even been privy to it as a player.
Are we thinking this is maybe potentially has some vibes of co-offensive coordinator?
I don't know. You
Honest.
said that about Maximic here just a minute ago, and I was going to make a comment.
I think it's
Yeah, it
about
could be.
something. But yeah, it's interesting that you double down and say that.
No, I just like I'm
no, I
because
don't.
yeah, I kind of agree with you. I don't really I really like Jordan Maximic.
Jordan was great in
I-
BC.
Yeah,
too.
he was. Oh, for sure, he was great in BC, and he had to change up his offensive game plan 5 weeks into the season when you had a completely different
Mhm.
starting core. Like if you
Mhm.
went back, if anyone wants to go back and watch the game tape, and it's a lot of game tape from the first 5 games of the season versus the next 13, count the read options that are run.
True.
It's like where it's like it was a completely
True.
just it
Whole
was
different schematics.
yeah. So I don't think he's coming into like I don't think this is a we don't trust Jordan Maximic thing. Like I don't even want to put that out there. That's how much I don't think that's what it is. But I'm just wondering like what else could it be? Is he gonna help out with the O line? Is he gonna help out with the D line? Like
It's all, and this is all valid. Like, what is the reasoning behind this? Behind this, where is he going to help ultimately?
you know what we should do?
Do you not trust your staff in a certain area that you need to bring in extra help? Is that what this is? I don't know, man.
See, and yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't adhere to that as all, and I'm assuming you don't either.
No, but I'm
right?
just spitballing.
No, I
right
agree.
now.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, yeah, you look at like Jordan at OC, we really like him. JC at DC, really like him. Steven Sorellis, offensive line run game
Yeah.
coordinator, that actually could potentially use a bit of a bolst, but schematically, it's not always on him.
This is going to be
But-
a telling year though, because the year
Yeah.
before he was a dominant coach.
Mhm.
Right. So this year he took a step back.
Yep.
This third year, Sorrells, he's not on the hot seat, but we're watching.
No, 100. So that's one we're gonna maybe point to. Jason Tugger with the receivers, no. Aaron Grimes with the DBs, no. Des Cotillier, special teams, probably not because your head coach.
No,
is
your
a
head
special
coach,
teams guy
exactly.
through and through,
And he
look
chose
at-
you for that role.
Yeah, exactly. So you're kind of looking here like, well, where does the role fit? I don't know. What that we should do is get him on Friday, and we can ask him about all this.
That's a very good point, Deck. And how ultimately the bigger question is, how does this fit with the coach's cap?
Yep.
Is it necessary?
Yeah.
If it's not within the cap, then cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
hire all you want. But if it does fall within the cap, we have to ask these critical questions: is what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, is this one where they like hire him and say, yeah, you're a coaching analyst, but you get paid under like the football operations
Exactly.
banner?
That's what I'm
type
saying.
thing? And here, is Ed the guy who brings him in? Is it Chris?
Yeah, I don't know.
Does Mark make a push for him? Like I don't really know.
Yeah, like typically this would fall under Ed.
Yep.
This would be an Ed hire.
Kind of feels like an Ed hire too.
And was it not Ed who did Campbell take over from Devon Claybrooks in BC? Do you remember?
Was it Devon?
Ed hired Devon Claybrooks, but
Let
did
me-
Ed hire Rick Campbell in BC? Or was Ed out of the door at that point? I don't remember.
Oh
I don't
man,
remember the
I'll
time
check
frame. It's
the
okay.
timeline.
It's okay. But I was just wondering if there's that connection there too.
Yeah, it was. Ed did hire Campbell.
So there's a
Um,
connection. And it's a CFL. It's a small league. There's connections left and right out the wazoo.
Oh yeah, it's a tight knit league.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, like I'm not here to knock it at all.
No,
Like,
no.
I don't want that to be the perception of what we're talking about here.
We started by saying we're in favor of the
Oh,
move.
yeah,
We love it.
absolutely.
Like it's a good look overall. But we are allowed to wonder
Mhm.
how does this work out and the why.
Just thinking out loud,
Mm-hmm.
just curious.
Yeah, just
You know?
exactly. A fella wants to know. That's it, man. Curiosity never was supposed to kill the cat.
Well, satisfaction brought him back. Cats have 9 lives.
Oh, okay. There we go.
let's-
Never
we
heard
keep
that
going
one.
here. Yeah, that's
yeah,
cold. isn't
drop
it?
that one on me.
That's cold, isn't it? Is there anything else you guys want to add with Rick?
No, I don't think there is a lot you can add right now. I
Yeah.
think there's a couple of questions out there, but
It's like the hiring was announced. We got the job title. Period.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we're all just ready for the season.
Yeah, we are. Are there a lot of guys coming around the establishment much?
I know there's a couple in town. I know KJ's back in town. Nick's around. I don't think Kenny comes for another month
Nick,
or
when
so.
you say Nick,
Anderson.
Anderson.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know they're starting to come back though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's close, fellas. It's actually like surprisingly
End of this
close.
month.
Camps, Fredo.
When does
This
camp?
month You'll start seeing them more.
Yeah, for sure. Camp is what, mid-May now?
Yeah. It might even be earlier, actually.
It used to, back in the day, camp used to be June 2nd, and then like your first season game would be after preseason, and then camp would break. You'd be usually Canada Day that weekend. That's how it would go. Now it's so different.
Yeah, May 6th rookie camps, May 10th training camp. Yeah, so that's
May
real early.
10th.
Hey, that's like a month away.
So yeah, if you're
Yeah.
gonna be here for May 10, and you probably want to get here end of April.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a spot.
If you're a vet, the hay's in the barn, man. Your off season's toast already.
First preseason game is May 23rd,
Boy,
right around the corner.
man, rookie camp is a month away.
Yeah,
Yikes.
month today. Rosters reduced to 85 on May 9th at 11:59 local time, naturally. May 10th, training camp opens. May 12th, roster cuts to 75.
Rookie camp sucks.
Yeah,
Mm.
talk us through it.
So
We've never been. so.
yeah, they have it's limited numbers.
Mhm.
So there's maybe defensive line wise, you have your 4 guys that would be up, 2 ends and 2 tackles, and then maybe 1 reserve at each. So
Mhm.
you'd have 3 D tackles, and you're just going
Mhm.
through the whole practice, just 3 of you guys. So all the reps, no breaks. They run you ragged. O-line would be the same. It's not like they have a bunch of bodies. So you got the 5, the 2 tackles, 2 guards in a center, but maybe there's an extra 1 guy or 2 guys that are trying out at multiple positions. So you're just bashing against the same guys for 2 straight days, wearing down, doing all the drills, doing all the individual work. And then if you make it through that, then the vets come
Mhm.
fresh, and you're there working already. And when the vets get there, it's a whole different feel because they know each other. Like there's like some deep history in the way they're talking, even just clowning with each other. They're big, they're older usually because they're the vets, and it's daunting, man. And your knees are all jacked up and you're sore, and now you got to put out with the vets
Yeah.
and really elevate your play even more. Rookie camp was hard enough
Yeah.
and challenging enough.
So I'd almost think like rookie camp. I'm not going to say it's harder, obviously, because of everything you just said. But they're like the
It is.
hungry. Yeah. Okay.
It is harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
it
straight
is
up.
harder. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the vets are better, but rookie
Obviously.
camp is harder because your reps and stuff, you don't get that during main camp. In rookie camp, you're getting fed everything and no room to even recover. Whereas in main camp, when the vets are in, you're barely even getting 2 reps a period.
How often in rookie camp? Like I don't want to use the phrase second chance, but I would imagine at a rookie camp, first impressions are pretty significant,
It's everything.
right? So
Yeah.
let's say there's a guy who like, let's just say it's like a one-on-one O-line D-line drill. Like D-line gets pancaked, like clean pancake. O-line's going crazy.
Yeah.
Let's say after that, every rep is great, clean. He's playing smart. He's doing the right thing. How much does that first impression just stick with the coach to the point like they can't get it out of their heads?
I would say if you run it back, and so you get pancaked on Saturday, come back on Sunday, and if you have a way better one-on-one period, the coaches will forget it. Everybody's going to get pancaked, right? It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, it's not always. It's not.
But it's about how you respond.
Yeah, like I would say the biggest thing is it's not physically you might get matched up with a guy who's just bigger, better. That happens, but it's like mentally when you can't think the game at the speed it needs to be shot at or can't.
Yeah.
That's what.
And it's that bounce back, man.
Yeah.
Like it's no different than life. And let me just preach for a sec. Every single person in life, I don't care what you do, who you are, you're going to get pancaked. There's going to be an obstacle. There's going to be a challenge in life. Are you going to let that define you? Are you going to let that pancake define you and not get up off the turf? Are you going to get up, brush your shoulders off, and grind again?
Mhm.
And that's all humans are going to face it.
Yep.
So we're all going to have people who die in life. We're all going to have, get fired. We're all going to have issues and challenges.
Amen.
Don't let it define you. Brush yourself off. It's not what happens to you in life. It's how you respond.
Well said. Well said. I can't add. I was going to add another. It's not how hard you get knocked down. It's how fast you get back up. But
give me a little
you
Coach
said it-
Mickey
you
in
said
there.
it- yeah, you said it too well. Before the rookie camp opens, we obviously have the CFL draft. Edmonton with 3 picks in the top 20. CFL.ca has released their first mock draft 1.0. Do you guys want to hear who they have Edmonton taking at those spots in the top 20?
Guard.
So at number 3, they have Noor Gatkuth, the defensive lineman, Canadian out of Edmonton, I believe, actually, from Wake Forest.
Metrics, you got it?
Let me pull him up.
It's okay
here.
if you don't. It's all good.
I know he's been mocked really high. Really good player. Obviously played D1 ball there at Wake Forest. Like I said, out of Edmonton, 6'3", 260. Interior guy, 6'3", 240. My bad. Let me correct myself there.
Yeah,
Interior guy, 6 sacks this past season. Definitely going to be one of the best players available at that 3 spot, no question. Style fit. How are we feeling?
He's a D-end. He's a D-end.
He
That's
plays.
too light.
He plays on the interior.
Yeah, I know, but 240, you can't. 240, boy. D tackle at 240 in the pros.
All right, fair.
For sure not. Like, he'll be a DN, but you know what he will be is a special teamer.
Yeah.
6'3", 240 is someone who can run. That's Silas Hubert.
Fly
That's
down
lighter
there.
than Silas, and Silas is a DN.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So would you want to bring him in at that 3rd overall pick?
Yeah, I would because it's a position of need still, despite the signing of Malik Carney, despite the emergence of Noah Taylor, there's still a need.
Noah Curtis, Robbie Smith.
Yeah, but they haven't emerged.
How about this?
There's a need still. There's a need.
Who they have mocked on number 4? Your guy, Giordano Vaquero,
Yeah,
to Winnipeg. Funny
makes
enough.
sense.
Would you rather have him
Yeah,
if he's there at 3?
yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be a surefire. Come in as a tackle, probably move
I
him to
would-
guard.
If they're both there at number 3, I would rather take him as well.
Yeah, he's gonna
For
be
sure.
surefire, man.
Okay.
Like I told you, he came into U of M as a true freshman and won the JP Metris.
Yeah. Insane.
That is insane. To do that at U Sport with all the old cats you have at Laval and the big schools, all the big, not saying that U of M is not a big program, but the programs that get notoriety, and to come in as a 19-year-old, 18-year-old out of Oak Park High School, Winnipeg.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty studly.
Mhm.
And then to go down to ball out for a couple of years, go down to Purdue. Yeah, it's studly.
Mm.
Big Ten ball.
Yep.
In the Big Ten, man, that's a lot of bang, and that's a physical brand.
They're saying it's the best league. They're saying it's the
Hey.
best league in
Hey, did you
college
watch
football.
the UCLA game?
The women's championship.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I saw that
I
they
actually
won, which
peeped
is
it.
huge.
I peeped it.
Dude, women's college basketball is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, what Caitlin Clark and
She
Angel
changed the
Reese
game.
and Cameron Brink did.
No,
it's
no.
fun.
Stop yourself. Yeah, Caitlin Clark changed the game.
For sure.
She changed it.
But I'm not even dude, Paige Beckers.
They're all
cold.
good.
Cam Brink,
Yeah,
cold.
they're all good.
Angel Reese in college.
Bro, I was watching Sabrina when she was at Oregon. Like, I paid attention to all the big names, but what Caitlin did,
for sure.
Caitlin created an actual hunger to want to watch.
Yep.
A desire.
She
you
made
know?
it a point of viewing. Dude,
Yeah.
they had her on ESPN asking if she was going to visit the White House as well as a runner-up. Like, that's the kind of motion she had back in
Yeah.
23, 24.
And it's lasted.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
you look at what Don's done, Don Staley and stuff. Like,
One of the best coaches. To
Pretty
ever
cool
do it.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Angel. She just got traded today.
No way. To where?
who?
She got moved to the Atlanta Dream.
Oh, wow.
How'd they finish? Aren't they kind of lower tier?
Maybe.
I think so.
They clearly they need rebounds.
Yeah, but Chicago stunk.
Chicago. Yeah, they did. Angel, that's crazy, man.
I'm not a big fan.
Of her, I don't love her attitude, but I gotta give her flowers, man.
Hey, she 14 a game. She'll get 14 boards a
Yeah.
game. Like,
11 of her own, but still, hey,
yeah.
it's whatever. But I'm not. But all jokes aside, like she, obviously, Kaylin is like one, and there's a clear gap.
And she's branding herself.
But
Right?
Angel was in that convo as well of just being in there and doing it for women's. Not the same as Kaylin. No one
Mhm.
was. Kaylin was special, but
Mhm.
I'm saying,
It's that rivalry.
yep.
It helped.
Okay, next pick in the top 20 for the Edmonton Elks, number 12.
Super sidetracked, huh? WNBA.
Number
Holy.
12, third pick of the second round. They Jet Elad out of Rutgers, defensive back. Some metrics on him: 6 feet, 202, 51 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 PBU this past year at Rutgers. Long career, 5-year college career, 3 career interceptions. I don't know what the number is on total PBUs. Long guy. He's long. I mean, for being kind of a shorter guy, I'll tell you that. Clearly, some hype around him. He clearly liked mock to go number 12. DB again, though. It's very similar to what we were talking about with Noor. Like, it doesn't quite feel like a position. Like, we don't need to target that at number 12.
No, considering all the
Especially-
signings too.
And again, like, this isn't the CFL draft. This is probably something that's also worth noting. It's not like the NFL draft where these guys are plug and play immediately. Like, that's a very big discrepancy between the NFL and the CFL. Like, you see these first round picks in the NFL, they're expected to come in and essentially be franchise game changers and captains by year 2.
Load.
Yeah, it's not like that in the CFL. But even still, seems like kind of a weird selection for me.
I'm glad that you just said that point, because I was going to go back, and that's why I would take the bias out of it. Draft Gio where at the 3 spot instead of, going.
He could be plug and play.
Yeah, but even if he's not, let him compete with Mark Corti and learn from a lot of good vets, because we're assuming that Mark's probably going to be the backup interior, between the center and the guards, and let Gio learn from some of these guys.
Yeah.
He's not going to be making a huge salary where you got to play him and politics of all that. Come and learn, man. Come and learn from a Carter O'Donnell.
Yeah,
from a David Beard.
Look what he did as an 18-year-old in youth sport. Like, I'm sure he can have it. It's not going to be the same impact coming in that young in the CFL and having an impact, but like clearly he's on a pretty significant upward trajectory where he can be a guy who can.
And hey, we're
stuff.
talking CFL draft, but we'll see how this all unfolds too, because they might not even take a flyer on a guy like Gio, because he might be on an NFL team.
I was going to bring that up.
He might be like a 4th rounder.
I was going to bring that up with Albert Reese, the offensive lineman out of Mississippi State, because Edmonton has the 19th pick. They're not mocked to take him. We'll get to that in a second. But Albert Reese is mocked to go 20th to Winnipeg as well. They're just stacking the O-line.
Which they do.
Yeah. But my point is, like, yeah, these are some guys who obviously get their rights if you take them in the CFL draft, but are probably NFL bound. And I was going to say, like, when we get to this, because at 19, they have the mock to take Josileomi Ojiteleo, who I really liked at the combine, got to speak to him, good, like, just really liked everything about him. But it is like, do you take that chance on a guy at Albert Reese who is clearly probably fits more of a need? That's maybe debatable, receiver versus offensive line, but fits more of a need, better, higher ceiling player, but could play in the NFL, probably will play in the NFL. Like, do you risk taking that draft spot on him, knowing he may never play for your organization?
Yep. Because that is a risk. That could be an empty draft.
Yeah. But it's almost like kind of worth it.
Take a swing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a tough place to be in as an organization. It really is. You have to weigh a lot of things. You just even look at the controversy right now surrounding the quarterback, Taylor Ellersma.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you put yourself, because you do a lot of GMing on the game, if you put yourself in that situation, do you draft this guy or do you not? Right? Because you don't know if you're going to see him. And draft picks are valuable.
Oh, yeah.
Even in the second round, like those first 2 rounds are valuable in the CFL.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can find plug and play players there.
You can get guys who can come in and, like, I mean,
but you can also make a pick and not see him for 10 years.
Yeah, which I think is something that we could see with, like, Albert Reese.
Yeah.
I think so. Who was drafted really recently, relatively. Like, I know what happened with Chuba. Chuba was drafted.
Yeah.
In, I think maybe the 4th round. Curtis Rourke as well after that great
Curtis,
season he had.
Yeah, at Ohio.
Ohio. Then he went to Indiana.
Yeah, then he went.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. But at 19, that final pick, they are poised to take, or mocked, I should say, to take Josileomi. And they kind of, the blurb they have for him here, offers immediate special teams value and long-term upside as a developmental receiver. Long-term upside, not the worst thing in the world to have is one of your Canadian receivers. If you want to, you probably don't know what your quarterback position is going to look like 3-4 years down the line. I think that's safe to say. But if just Laomi can be there,
Pretty standard
Yeah.
move, drafting a receiver that can play specials.
Yep.
Pretty standard.
they say out goes one Laurier playmaker and Curly Giddens, in comes another. Question mark. Who knows? Could be. I like
He's
to
bigger
say-
than Curly though.
Yeah,
huh?
he is, and everything like he looked like such a pro, like just strong, built, pretty good height, long arms again. Like I said, got hit with a little bit of the drop monster in the gauntlet, but corrected himself. Did well on one-on-ones. Like talking to him. Good head on the shoulders. So yeah, I don't know. Is that again like just to kind of put a pin on and wrap it up? Is that something we're liking at 19? Is that something we're liking if the draft goes 3? Noor Gakuth, the defensive lineman, 12, Jet Elad, the defensive back out of Rutgers, both of those NCAA guys, and then 19, just Laomi, the receiver out of Wilfrid Laurier. Do we like those 3 picks?
All
in the top
special
20?
team players. So I'm not mad at it. Like you're drafting position and special teams. All 3 of those are special teamers.
Mhm.
No, I don't mind it.
Okay.
It definitely doesn't like rock my world. I'll be honest, Deck.
Yeah, and again, it's not like the NFL draft where it's like
You're getting
Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah,
You are
you're getting
Edmonton,
organization changing player. I get that. I think still though, man, it's so generic. It's so boring.
Mhm.
It's so biased. Got to go trenches, especially offensive line. I know the first pick that you mentioned there, he is a defensive lineman, but man, he's a DN. A little light in the butt at 240. That's not inside. That's not a 3 tech even.
No. All right. You convinced me. Doesn't take much convincing.
No
but-
ball, man. No
Yeah.
ball, bro.
No, it's true. I had one last one I wanted to ask you guys before we get to Rick's rant and the blind rankings to kind of wrap it up. Which I just want to pull it up here. Which player do you think, kind of a fake award we're making up on the spot, most likely to start the season as a backup? And I would actually stretch as far as to say maybe a forgotten guy on the depth chart, but end up as a starter. And there might not be one. It might just, sometimes that's not the case. It doesn't work out that way. More often than not, though, I would say with injuries, with bad performances, with in-season cuts, it does. And I was just curious, and I don't know, you guys probably don't have the depth charts in front of you, so apologies for that, if there was someone that came to mind.
Not off the top of my head, but I think you're talking about someone like who's going to look like Kenny did last year, right? Kind of start as a practice squad, find his first get an opportunity, however it gets there, and then just take it and run with it.
Or even just some guy who's like a little lower on the depth chart, but you're like, you know what? I think I really see that guy. I could see him playing. I could see him being a starter come final game of the season.
Robbie Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think he'll start.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's going to come out.
I don't want to say projected not to, because this is all a 3-down nation depth chart prediction thing, but he's very much slated to start. Him and Barlow slated to start behind Malik Carney and Noah Taylor.
Yeah.
And that's not even counting Noah Curtis.
So that probably would be the
Okay.
dude.
That would be a big one for us, I think.
If
If
you
he
get
takes that spot, it means he's doing something.
totally, man. And if you
Yeah.
get production out of that guy,
And there is kind of the politics to it, I would imagine. Like
Big time.
you can't, Noah Taylor would have to really, really, really show out, and Malik Carney would have to really, really, really fall off for them to like lose their for what am I trying to say? I think you
no,
get
I know.
what I'm trying to
I'm
say,
with you.
yeah.
No, I'm totally with you, Deck. And there is politics.
Yeah.
And which is going to make the competition very interesting at camp, because with those politics, man, you can't be having all these expensive backups.
No.
So
You
we know how
can't.
that goes.
And they got a couple expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
All right. Anything else you guys wanted to add?
Let's hear the rant, dog.
It's definitely Monday after a long weekend. I'm going to go ahead and put hand up. This hasn't been my
It's all
strongest
good, man.
pod.
It's all good.
When we submit this podcast for Podcast of the Year at Golden Globes, this won't be our entry.
We had some good conversation.
Yeah. Let's get to blind rank. Rick's rant.
Yeah, we'll
Rick's
start with the
rant.
rant. Yeah, I don't know where you guys sit on this, and I know they just got announced there's maybe 2 on White Ave they're getting rid of, but I want these free for all crosswalks. I want them out of here. Like, again, I brought this up before. We're a driving city. That's what we are. If you can't figure out how to cross one way than the other, you got it's too much. It's too much. You sit at the red light for far too long. Downtown, we have enough issues as it is when it comes to driving. Let's ease it up. Let's get rid of these stupid free for alls. They got rid of them on White Ave. Let's get rid of them downtown now too.
Yeah. Don't serve. I'm with you. They don't serve a huge point. All they're doing is helping a pedestrian go kitty corner. Other than that, man, just go up and turn.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we're focusing on three people instead of the 89 people, right? You got all these cars sitting there waiting to go, but you're worried about 2 or 3 people. I thought we're about the majority.
Yeah, I can get behind that for sure.
Yeah, it's you know, I'll be honest, it's not something I ever really thought of too much, but here, like, I would have no problem with it being gone.
No,
Slows you down as the driver. Not that, you know, the world owes you something when you're driving a car, but it does.
and it's not like it's filled with people bussing kitty corner
Yeah,
across.
this is New York. We have a couple people want to go one way than the other. They're not on like no time delay here. Like, it's just there's no rush. Let's take care of the cars because that's what causes all the issues downtown. Maybe you can bring in something around 4 o'clock for when their people are crossing. But come on,
Where is it downtown? I can only think of the one on White.
Mhm.
well, there's one on 104 and 102, 104th Ave, 102nd Avenue, just between where the old Baccarat and where the arena starts.
Okay.
Then I do believe there's another one on Jasper and I don't know, 103.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
you're right. Right at the
There's another one
arena
out there
where
too,
the Baccarat. Yeah, you're right
exactly.
there.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a couple out there. There's
All right.
annoying. We have enough traffic issues.
No,
in the
you're
city as it
absolutely
is.
right about that one.
No, I can feel that.
Yeah, I mean, pedestrian, just go up and turn left, or
Yeah,
go up
real
and turn
simple.
right, whatever.
Get your steps in.
Exactly. And if it takes an extra minute, I'm sorry. Everyone's driving here.
It's only
Get out of
one
the way.
extra light that you're waiting.
Yeah.
It's not that big
All
of a
right.
convenience, but I'm with you.
I can roll with that.
Yeah.
All right, blind ranking.
All right. So I use some internet help here. We're doing Easter candy / chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I had
Well
to use the
familiar.
internet here to try and figure some out here. But we're gonna go off with one of the probably more controversial answers or options, I suppose. And those Peeps yellow marshmallow things.
5. That's just poison.
See, what
I
I
don't
was gonna say,
do
I
the Peeps.
really want because there's gonna be. I think it's probably a love or a hate,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
if you did this and asked everybody out there, I think it's either 1 or 5. Like very rarely you're gonna find
Kind
a
of like
3
those
for this
cinnamon
one.
hearts. at
I've never been a
Valentine's.
marshmallow guy.
Yeah, I'm not a
I
big
don't mess with
marshmallow guy.
marshmallow, really.
Like I'll eat a peep, but no, I'm not a marshmallow guy.
Yeah.
S'mores guy.
I like
I'm a
s'mores,
s'mores guy.
yeah, but I
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, is it because of flavor or is it because the marshmallow is 100% sugar?
No, it's not a health thing. It's just the texture. I'm not a big marshmallow guy. My kids like marshmallow. I'm not. I don't like them.
The texture doesn't help for sure, but at the end, like it is the one when I eat a marshmallow, I'm like, this is all sugar.
Just
Like that's
sugar,
in my
fake,
yeah,
just-
that's in my mind.
But are you thinking that if you're just snacking on a piece of chocolate, because that's all sugar?
Yeah, but I don't know. With that, I'm like, you got some milk in there. Maybe I got some fruit.
No,
You
it's
know?
different. I'm with you. It's 5 for sure.
Yeah, 5.
All right, these next two, they're pretty similar. They have the same sort of kind of name. So one is the Cadbury mini eggs, so like the little mini eggs,
Not the cream egg, the mini egg.
the mini eggs.
Yeah, those
I-
suckers are up there.
I think that's got to go 1.
Yeah, probably.
I think those are
two.
the goat Easter candy.
Yeah, those are probably.
Actually,
two.
I'm gonna put it 2 because I'm saved. There's one
Just-
specifically for me that I
All
really
right,
like.
all right.
Have it then. Okay, next up we're going the Cadbury cream eggs this time.
4.
I'll put it again. It's similar to marshmallow. This is another one I eat where I'm like, this is just all sugar. That one, those ones that make my teeth hurt because
Yeah,
so
it'll throb. Yeah.
So I'll put that number 4.
Yeah.
And I went
As a
through-
kid, though, my goodness.
I went through a couple lists here, and this popped up in all of them. So Sour Patch Kids.
Oh wow.
Wow, I didn't know that was an Easter
Yikes!
candy.
Pigeonholed into 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
And then this is the.
Ooh.
You go back long ago. These are the hollow milk chocolate bunnies.
Yeah, I'm
Or
good
the
with that.
hollow ones.
Yeah. Hollow, I'm good with that.
I'll put it at 1 for the.
You can break
nostalgia.
off a piece of the ear, and
Yeah,
it's
'cause
not
those-
just a thick chunk.
Yeah, those ones that were solid.
Boy, those
put a lot of
bricks.
work into there.
Yeah, those are bricks.
In an ideal world, I'd probably swap those in mini eggs, but I'm cool.
Yeah,
with it at
me
number
too.
one. I'm cool
Me
with
too.
it at number
Me
1.
too.
I can live with it.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I would do that. You know what's really nice sometimes is you'll get like a chocolate lollipop, like on a stick, but it'll be milk chocolate, but there'll be some like white chocolate in it,
Yeah,
like a
those
bunny
ones are-
face,
Yeah.
and like the whiskers and stuff are white and creamy.
Those
and-
ones are cold.
yeah, those are good, man.
You guys white chocolate people?
Yeah,
A little bit. I'm not really a sweet person. So.
I'll do it all.
Okay.
Do it all.
White chocolate. I liked white chocolate more when I was younger. Again, same thing now. It's like too sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll do it all, man. If
all
it's
right.
there. Guess why I just can't have it in the house, man.
Yeah, I feel that. So you're like sweets over like chips or?
I'll do that too.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm a D tackle, Zach.
Yeah,
I'm a D lineman, bro.
Okay, yeah,
I'm a D lineman
thought
working
that
through
you
my
found
food
that out.
struggles. So I just can't have it around, or I will.
Nah, I hear that. What about cinnamon toast crunch?
So I'm not a big cereal guy, but I will sometimes.
Cereal's a
I'm
little
not
bit.
a big cereal guy though.
What about growing up?
Nah, not really, man. Like I
'Cause
never.
growing up, we did cereal. Like
You were
every
big?
day- I probably had Golden Grams every day for 5-6 years in a row.
Golden Grams are nice.
Yeah.
Not too sweet.
Cereal, I do like. I can't cap. Like cereal is a little bit. I like cereal as a treat. Like I remember back, like when I was boxing, like after fights, I would go to like those confectionery stores and get like the crazy like sugary American cereals and have those as like my post fight treat.
Okay,
So I do.
yeah.
I mess with cereal. Like that.
Okay, yeah.
I would never have cinnamon toast crunch for breakfast. Like I would never be like, I'm starting my day cinnamon toast crunch. But like at night, like dessert, like
I
can
used
get
to
behind that.
bust down some Reese's Puffs.
Those ones cold.
Ooh-wee.
Those
Yeah.
ones are good.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've had some cereals, but it's not something that I crave really.
I've talked myself into being a big cereal guy in the last 45 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
you
about
gonna
it
get
right
one
now.
today?
Yeah, I might. I might. I don't know if I'm gonna have time, but I might. All right. Anything else we wanna end on?
Nah, man. Let's end this thing.
Yeah. Let's
Land it.
back Friday. Maybe Rick Campbell. We'll
Be
try.
nice.
We'll line something up for sure. We've been without a guest for a little bit here, so we apologize for that. We will line something up. But thank you. Appreciate it. Happy Easter. Love you guys.